Hello there! I've been teaching my kids to play Amtgard, and my eldest son, Octavian, he also wants to be a wizard just like me. And he asked me one day, Dad, what's the best spell? And I had to stop and think about it for a little bit, and the conclusion I came to might surprise you a little bit. I'm Squire Callahan Ridgeborn, almost a Battlemaster, always a wizard, and I'm here to talk to you about the 3 most important spells in Amtgard. The 3 most important spells in Amtgard, in no particular order, are Heal, the Charge Incantation, and Dispel Magic. So why is Heal important? Healing is important because it restores a player to a fighting ability, right? If you've lost an arm or a leg and you've been following Amtgard at all, you know you can take 2 wounds before you die. Well, if you have a wound, that's a huge disadvantage. It's very uncommon for someone to get out of having been wounded, right? So you have that going on. If someone is wounded and they go up against an unwounded player, they're very likely to die. So Heal is really fantastic because it gets people up and back to full capacity for fighting. They have full range of movement. They're doing great. And so Heal is really versatile and helpful for your own team. Another thing that's really helping out Heal right now is they just simplified the Heal Incant. So instead of the old Heal Incant, which was a lot longer, now it's just the White Light of Healing hath healed thee 5 times. So the length of the cast has not really changed, but the simplicity of the cast has definitely changed. The new Healing Incant does have a little bit of a weakness here, and that weakness is that it is a much longer incant than most spells out there, and while you're healing a player, they can die. So with the old Heal Res Incant, there's this interesting thing that you could do. If a player was wounded, there's only a single word difference between the Heal Incant and the Resurrection Incant. So you'd get through all the sword cuts and stabs and jabs and stuff, and it would be the White Light of Healing hath healed thee, or the White Light of Healing hath resurrected thee. And so you didn't actually have to choose which one you were casting until the very last 2 words of your spell. So if you ran up and you were healing somebody and they got hit with an arrow, well, you're dead now. That's fine. I will just finish casting, and I'm going to end with the Res Incant instead of the Heal Incant because they are the same. And it's Schrodinger's spell at that point. Well, now, not so much. You have the White Light of Healing hath healed thee, and then the old Res Incant that has not been updated. I think that they might update that in the next one. Hard to say. There are some people that really like the Res Incant, so it's not really easy to know. But a lot of classes get Heal, and it's a very good ability. So I would recommend learning the Heal spell. It's very useful. So who gets Heal? Heal, 2nd level Druid get Heal 1 per life. Healers get it unlimited. That's sort of their signature thing, is doing the healing. Monks can get it once per life, recharge times 3. And level 1 Scouts get it once per life. And those are all the instances of normal Heal. Now, Paladin gets Greater Heal, which works through the Cursed State. It's very similar, but it is not, technically speaking, normal Heal, which 4 classes get. So that's who gets Heal. Healing for the most effect. If you are a player that is trying to use Heal effectively as possible, one person that I wouldn't be healing is the new guy, right? The new guy that's there, or someone that is notoriously bad at stick fighting, someone who's going to need heals pretty much immediately again, not somebody that I would really want to heal, okay? Now, a target that I would be looking for, someone who's fresh. Like if someone just yelled alive and then got hit with an arrow right in the leg, they're like, man, you heal that guy as quick as you can because he's still ready to run, he's rested, ready to go, right? Another thing to look for are VIPs. If you've got somebody out there that is just always on point, always wrecking it, you could try to heal her before somebody else, because then you'll end up being effective by having your best player active for longer. And the big thing for Heal that you need to remember is its airplane rules, right? On the airplane, if you've ever been on an airplane, the flight attendants always stand up and they say, in the event of losing air cabin pressure, these masks are going to drop down from the ceiling. First, put on your mask, and then put the mask on someone requiring assistance. Heal's the same thing. If you are wounded and you take another wound, you are dead. So if you're a healer and you get, shot in the leg or something, you need to heal yourself ASAP. And then worry about healing whoever you were originally trying to assist. The next most important spell in Amtgard, not saying that this is less important than heal, just the next one on our list, is the Charge Incant. Out of battle, I pause to rest, to take some time to catch my breath, return to me my fleeting power, to aid me in my darkest hour. The Charge Incant is, I would argue, the most important thing for you to learn. Every single class gets the Charge Incant, but we'll get there in a second. So, the strength of this is it recharges something. It gives you back a per life or a per refresh ability that you would otherwise not be able to get back. The big weakness is that 10 times is a lot for those per refresh abilities, and it is actually a bit ironic as well. The spell talks about resting and catching your breath, but if you're doing it optimally, you're actually going to run out of breath at the end of it. So I always thought that was kind of funny. Everybody gets charge, and that's why it's so important. The fact that every single class has some ability that is rechargeable makes it the most important thing for you to be able to do in Amtgard. If you can charge, that will make you more able to play all classes. Every class can get better if you are better at charging. When are you going to charge? So there's 4 schools of thought for charging. The first thing the most obvious is if the enemy is dead, charge your stuff. If all the enemies on the other team are dead and they're waiting to respawn, start charging. Anything. If any ability is used, you charge it. If it's poison and you already got poison up and you've got 1 poison out of your 2, charge it. I don't care if they're all dead, you got nothing better to do, right? Another thought is right when you come alive. So if you are someone who has a per refresh spell that is rechargeable, recharge times 10, right at when you come alive is when you are going to be the most rested, you're going to have the most breath, you're going to be able to charge the fastest. So that's not a bad time. Another option is directly after use. So this is most of the time where I end up finding myself. I like to play a lot of Battle Mage. I do a lot of running. And so what I'll do is I'll run up and I will usually try to dispel and then shove and then wound. Or, whatever the order is in that moment, depending on targets. So then, once I've cast those spells, I like to recharge them right away because those are the spells that I use the most often. A lot of times I'll buy 2 of them instead of just 1, and I'll try to recharge after using 1, but then I've still got the next one in my pocket if I need it. And then finally, the worst possible option is when you need the spell. You do not want to find yourself in a situation where somebody needs to be dispelled and you're down and you need to get it back up. Dispel is one of those spells that basically any time where it's not ready to be used, you need to charge it. So, charging, it's pretty good. Now, Dispel Magic. Dispel Magic might be more important to heal for the people that get Dispel Magic. If you get Heal but not Dispel Magic, Heal is more important. But if you get access to Dispel Magic, it's probably more important than Heal. Dispelling is so powerful. Right now, I don't think it can be really argued that Druid, and specifically Avatar of Nature Druid, is the most problematic of the casters. Being able to give yourself armor and mend it and cancel it and put on different armor and getting different immunities is very, very strong, right? And being able to take that enchantment away from them, very, very good. So, dispelling, I like to dispel people. It removes all the enchantments from a player, which is just so good. A lot of times you won't actually be able to get Dispel to stick on someone because they're going to run away to preserve their enchantments. But it can be targeting any player. So monks, Enlightened Soul has no hold over Dispel Magic. If you're enchanted, I can still target your enchantment. Who gets Dispel Magic? Druids get Dispel Magic once per refresh at 3rd level. Healers get it at 4th level. Scouts get it at 3rd level and it is rechargeable. And Wizards get it at 3rd level and it is rechargeable. So, Scouts and Wizards, it is of the utmost importance that you be good at Dispel Magic, because if you are not, and they need you to dispel someone, it is going to be very embarrassing for you that you are unable to pull off this Dispel. You need to be able to do it. Those healers and druids ideally shouldn't have to be doing Dispel Magic, but if they need to, they need to be able to. It depends on your team composition, how big your fields are. Honestly, if I see a wizard on the team, I'm going to assume they're the one that'll be doing the dispelling, not the healer or the druid. But it's always good to have that option if nobody else on your team has chosen to play scout or wizard. You need to be able to take care of it. Who do you dispel? So first, you're going to dispel VIPs. Targets on the other team that are very good. On kingdom level fields around us, you're looking for people like paragons, people that are known for liking to have enchantments and doing a lot with them. Anybody with protection from magic is really good to dispel. Enchantment stacks are the next big thing. If someone has dumped a lot of points of enchantments on somebody, that is a great target. If someone has, attuned or golemed, or if you've got a scout who's using their evolution, someone with more than one enchantment, dispel them just to make it hurt. And then finally, persistent enchantments. If you don't hit those persistent enchantments, they're never going to go away. So you need to dispel those. Who do we not dispel? First, we don't dispel new players. If we've got a new player, someone who is less than 4 months, 6 months into the game, they are probably not going to be effective with their enchantment anyway, and it's more fun to just let them have the enchantment and see what they can do with it, right? At the same time, you don't need to dispel ineffective players. If you are at a park where you have, let's say, a bunch of children or a bunch of players of very low skill level, you can enchant them, or if the enemy team enchants them, you don't really need to worry about it. They're not going to get that many kills anyway, and so it's not a priority, right? It's like seeing a 6-year-old with a sword. Is it dangerous? I mean, technically, but are you really worried about it? Not really, because I can go over there and I could deal with it immediately if it's a problem, right? Don't dispel enchantments that you can kill. So if there's someone with, let's say we have a barbarian who's got their blood and thunder going, right? They've got a blessing against wounds. It's just one extra hit. You don't need to dispel that. And then per life enchantments aren't worth dispelling either. Those blessing against wounds that healers get, you just need to hit people slightly more times, and then you don't have to worry about it. So, in summary, the 3 most important spells in Amtgard are Heal, Charge, and Dispel Magic. We've talked about who gets those spells, how we should be using those spells, and a couple of ideas on where not to use those spells. So, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you being here and making it all the way to the end. If you want to see more Amtgard battle gaming content, please like this video and subscribe. And if you have any questions or you want to start a fight, please jump down in the comments and let me know. I love responding to your comments. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.